Hello everyone. I guess Mr. West's back with his wife's back. Anyway, I have listened to this album quite a few times now, and I kind of disagree with the idea that it's just a playlist. There are some really interesting themes in this album which can be explored, and today we are going to do the same. The first song of this album was Stars, and it has a mellow and a slightly uplifting vibe. The music is quite chill, there's a choir at the end, but the lyrics were very horny and braggadocious, which is kind of a juxtaposition. But I do like the song, it's pretty good. The second song is Keys to My Life, which I like more than Stars, to be honest. It is also a mellow song. It's chill, but the unique thing is it's Ye's style which comes out, and he's opening up a lot on this song, talking about the past, which I really enjoy. To be honest, I think it's a better opener for this album than Stars. The third song of this album is called Pale, which is a classic club banger. I mean, what can you expect? A lot of hedonism, a lot of thumping. Now we're talking about Talking. It was a nice, refreshing song. Technically, two songs, so there's a hard transition from being peppy to ambient. North was being North. I mean, she's a kid. What more can you expect? But that was opening up. He was talking about fatherhood and the concerns he has, which I really liked a lot. But Dime, back to we was groovy and flexy, and Ye was being horny. Relax, man. Relax. We know it's difficult to get top quality women. They do not follow the sky. We know. And Freddie went berserk on this one. What a verse. What a verse. He delivers, dude. He delivers every single time. The next one is Hood Rat, which was enjoyably unsettling, to be honest. And Ye was really angry on this one. And Ty, as usual, was horny. Bruh. Every time I listen to Do It, I just feel like I should get up and dance. It is such a good song, and it will be in my playlist for a long time. Probably one of the favorite songs on this album. Paperwork was mellow but horny. Yeah, I like the music. It was chill and raw. Maybe not the best songs on this album, but yeah, I mean, as usual, it was horny and a lot of swagger was thrown on this song. The next one is Burn, which is my favorite song on this album. I mean, I don't even understand how is this possible, because the song was chill yet spirited, reflective and attacking, and kind of a mellow dance song. All of this extremely in one makes it my favorite. Libido, libido, libido. That's all I'm going to say about Fuck Some. That's it. The next one is the title track Vultures, which is dark and angry and grimy, and right next to it is Carnival, which is anthemic, and it was made for stadiums. All the glory, and the glory, not just the plain one, it's the horny kind of glory. The next song is called Beg Forgiveness, and man, this was emotional and melodic. There was a lot of aggression, which was calm and kind of introspective as well. I believe that the more this album gets older, more people will think of this as the top song. Problematic is one of my favorite songs. The dude opens up, there's a lot of soul searching, but it's kind of confident soul searching. It's mellow and uplifting, and I really like the chill vibe of the song. The next song is King, which was a passionate and fervent song. As for the lyrics, I call it Bragg Max Fury Road. And the music was fuzzy. Maybe it was a mixing problem, but there was some sharp beats at the end, which I enjoyed. The next step that we'll do is finding the theme of this album, and as you saw, there were a lot of emotions and phases that Ye went through in this album. There was anger, introspection, passive aggression, lot of bragging, even more horniness, and even more indulgence. Now the next challenge was to figure out how to put this on a timeline, and if you think about it, Ye has gone through a lot in these past years. A lot of it is because of his own decisions, but he has gone through a lot. A relationship breakup, a breakup with money, a breakup with success, a breakup with his people, a breakup with the world at large. The challenge here was to put all the emotions above on a timeline, and the best I could come up with was the 5 stages of grief, which are denial, anger, bargaining, depression and acceptance. And in the next step, we'll see if we can map all the songs from the album to these stages. Alright, so the process was to ignore the music, not completely ignore, but have it on the back of my mind, but focus on the lyrics. And if you see, for Denial, Keys to My Life is kind of befitting because Ye is not able to believe how even this was possible. I mean, Papa John's, really? And Hoodrat is an angry song. I mean, the title, if you know what it means, it's kind of obvious. All the lyrics were really angry and pointed to a lot of people he did not like anymore. When it comes to bargaining, I mean, come on, Back to Me, that's a befitting title for a bargaining song. Depression, oh, Paid, that's an interesting one because if you really read the lyrics, it's a dark song masquerading as a club song. Like what I imagine is a strip club. It is fun and jolly, but if you really think about it, it's kind of sad, and Paid reminds me of that. Stars fits well in Acceptance because if you see the lyrics, Ye is not talking about the past, he's talking about the future, and that is only possible if you have accepted everything and are trying to move on. Ooh, King was originally on the end of the album, but I think it starts with Denial, and he is really angry on this one. I mean, come on, he says that he wasn't scarred by all the things he had done, but he was scarred, and I think he's kind of in denial, which also leads to anger. The next one is Vultures, which was technically the most aggressive song on this album, but because of the music and the passiveness of it, you don't really feel it. If you think about Paperwork, it's actually about bargaining, but the girl is the money here. The next one is Talking, which was an emotional roller coaster, and yeah, I mean, I've seen emotions scattered in depression. The next one is Do It, and this is where Kanye really starts to have fun. We are straight jumping over denial to anger. Carnival is a hype song. It's an anthemic song, but if you think about it, all the hype comes from anger. Fuck some. If you cannot get exactly what you want, you get something similar, maybe even better, and Fuck some is all about that. Beg Forgiveness gives us a lot of deep introspection, which I can only categorize in depression. Burn is special because it looks at everything in a light and almost humorous way, which is a great sign of acceptance. The last one is Problematic. I mean, he goes through everything which has happened and it's focusing on moving on. I mean, if that is not acceptance, I don't know what is. Now, since we have bucketed everything, the idea was to sort the songs within the buckets to make the album cohesive. I think Keys to My Life is a much better opening song, and that is what I'll start with. It's unique and fairly better than King. The second song would be King. It's one of the weaker tracks, but it acts as a quick history lesson to everything, and it's a good setup to anger. The next one would be Hood Rat. I mean, it opens up with a scream, and it's a great mix of denial and anger, which is a good transition between the moods. Following that will be Vultures, which is a slowly boiling pot of anger. And the boiling pot explodes with Carnival, and it straight away transitions to Back to Me, which is a great start to bargaining. And then you try to find a compromise, which is Fuck some, and then end it with the focus changing from people to money with Paperwork. And once the paperwork is done, it's time to get paid, and you continue the money theme in depression as well, moving on to Beg Forgiveness, which is time to get deep, introspective and emotional. And at the end of depression, we have Talking, which is a dual song. It gives a mix of emotions and transitions well into acceptance with Dolla Sign's part. The process of acceptance starts with Problematic, where you keep an eye on the past, but your vision is towards the future, moving on to Burn, where you start finding humor in the things that have happened. And the best way to actually get rid of everything, move on, is to party and Do It does it for you. And we end the album in Mr. West style, on a high, looking at the stars. Thank you everyone for staying this long and being patient in a world obsessed with speed. I have put in the link to the playlist in the description, which respects the order that I have presented. If you like such content, do subscribe. If you like this video, like it. You can do whatever you want. It's your life. Have a great day. Adios.